Hey, what's up? I'm Beth and this is Star Makeup. And today we are going to play around with the Juvia's Place The Berries palette. This is just a little 6-pan palette that they did that is obviously berry toned. Because there isn't a lighter shimmer shade in here, I did have to pull in 2 other Juvia's Place palettes to make the look more complete in my eyes. So I did just use other Juvia's Place products. And yeah, I created 2 really fun looks with this, and let's get into them. Okay, look number 1. So I'm so excited to finally be playing with this little baby. Look at how pretty this is. I've actually had this for like over a month now and I haven't touched it yet because I had other things that I wanted to film with first. So I've been dying to dip into this. So for today's look, I want to do like a really deep halo eye. So I'm going to take one of these little Rimmel palette brushes and I'm going to go into this really deep berry shade. And I'm going to pack that into my inner and outer corners, of course. And Juvia's Place just released 3 more of these little minis like a week ago. And I really love the taupe one. But I am completely broke right now. So I was not able to grab any of those new ones. But as soon as I'm able to, and they've got a sale, I will most definitely be placing another order. So yeah, if you've never tried Juvia's Place before, follow them on Instagram, keep an eye on their website, because you will find something for like dumb cheap at some point in time, and I definitely recommend picking it up. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Eddie Funkhauser brush, and I think I'm gonna go into this shade, which is actually one of those mattes that has like the pieces of glitter in it, which I really am not a huge fan of those shades. But typically when you tap your brush off, all of that glitter falls off anyway, so you can use them as mattes. And I'm just going to blend out that deeper shade with this and connect everything in the middle. I'm gonna go back in with this brush with just a little bit more product on. I'm gonna take this ColourPop E2 and I'm gonna go real lightly into this lighter pink and just blend out that previous shade. Just going to take this little flat Lorella brush and I'm going to go into the deeper of the 2 shimmers, and I'm just going to lay that right next to that dark matte shade. I always think that I've got it up above where my natural crease is, and then I never do. Now I'm just gonna clean that off, and then I'm gonna go into the lighter of the two shimmer shades. And I suppose I should probably show it to you. When you're looking, let's see, when you're looking at the palette this way, they both look about the same depth, but this one is darker and this one is more of a duochrome shade. So depending on how the light hits it, it is lighter. You'll see what I mean in a sec. So I'm just gonna take that and plop that right in the middle. Not really telling much of a difference on the eye, honestly. Really can't tell much of a difference in my opinion. It all just looks pink. But I mean, that's fine. I actually grabbed something that I think can help out with this a little bit. I grabbed the Saharan 2 palette, and I was thinking that I could use either this shade or this shade to help lighten things up if I needed to. So I'm just gonna clean that brush off, and I think I'm gonna do the white shade. I'm just gonna pick some of that up and just kind of blend it like right into the middle. Well, I mean, it lightened it up a little bit, but well, I'm just going to put a little bit more of this on. I don't want to just keep layering more and more shadows. But when I do another, like tomorrow when I do my next look with this, I will try to figure something else out to use to lighten this up. Because that's two things that, like, I feel that pretty much every eye look needs to have. You need to have something to really deepen it up, and you also need to have that light on the other end. Because what's the point of, you know, having the darkness if you don't have something light? Okay, so I think I will probably mess with this a little bit more off camera because I just can't help myself. And I will recreate this on the other eye, do my base makeup, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I put on L'Oreal Visible Lift, e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. I set my face with a little bit of the Wet n Wild Translucent Setting Powder. I used this little Tarte Park Ave Princess for my bronzer. And then I just used this shade in the palette for my blush. Since I'm using my empty palette with my Makeup Geek shadows for my mirror, I decided I was just going to mix a little bit of this white shade and a little bit of this pink shade together for my highlighter. And then I used this context. It's called Come Clean. I just got this in one of my Ipsy bags. And I thought since I have such a bold eye that I should probably go with a more nude lip. So I went with that. So let's see. I'm going to use this little Rimmel brush. And basically going to mimic the top on the bottom, only I'm not going to mess with the shimmers. Because there just isn't a light enough shimmer in the palette for me. That's my only complaint. I really, really like this. I especially like this really deep purple shade. But I wish one of the shimmers was like a white to purple, pink kind of duochrome thing. That would have been really, really beautiful. But, I mean, it's okay. It's only a 6-pan palette, so, I mean, obviously, it's super easy to pair it with something else. Okay, I cleaned that same brush off, and I'm gonna go into that shade that has the little like sequins in it. And just kind of like buff around that darker shade with that. And then I'm just going to take that lightest pink shade and kind of pop that in the middle. And I'm also going to put that in my inner corner to see how that looks. Yeah, I'm not digging that. It's just not light enough for the inner corner. So yeah, that's really my only complaint. Alright, let me see. What can I use to lighten that up? Oh, you know what? I've got this real pretty opalescent shade in my Makeup Geeks. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that. Well, I mean, that's not how I envisioned it, but it'll do. Okay, so I'm going to do some liner and mascara, and I will be right back with the completed look. Okay, so this is the completed look, and it's definitely not what I had planned on it being at all. I definitely would wear this, though. Of course, I enjoy wearing crazy, colorful shadows. So yeah, I just threw a white Wet n Wild, like actual pencil liner in my waterline and the L'Oreal Voluminous. And I actually tried this on just my lower lashes, and the wand just doesn't work for me at all. So I won't do that again. Yeah, so that is it for this look. Let's get into look number 2. Alright, look number 2. So today I'm probably going to leave this really deep shade out. and just stick to these three. And I don't know, I might use this more duochrome shade. And then I grabbed the Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral, and I'm thinking that maybe I can either use this silver shimmer or this like light coral shimmer. I'm not sure which way I want to go yet, but I just, you know, like I said in the first look, there just isn't a light enough shimmer in here for me, so I decided to pull that one in today. Okay, so I primed with the L'Oreal Infallible Stick Foundation, and I'm going to start off with the SL Miss Glam. I believe this is the Precise Eye E25. And I'm going to start off with this shade here. And that's the one that has like the little glitter particles in it. But it didn't affect the look yesterday at all, so I'm not really worried about it. And I'm just going to put that right in my crease. Okay, now I'm gonna take this Profusion Pointed Crease Eyeshadow ES3, and I'm going to go into the lighter shade there, and just use that to blend that first shade out. They really are just so similar to each other. You almost can't even tell that there's two different shadows there. Oh, it's crazy. Just gonna go back in with just a touch more, just to try to make that crease look a little darker. And then I'm going to take this Wet n Wild P15, and I'm going to go into this dark shade. Not the darkest, but you know, the darker shade. And I'm gonna pack that right in by my lower lash line. And then just pull it up and then into the crease. I'm gonna go back with that previous brush. Just kind of blend this outer edge here. I don't know, I might have to dip into that really deep shade just a little bit. Let me see if I can get this a little deeper. Really a bummer, because I really wanted to like this palette, and unfortunately I really just don't like it that much. I mean, the shadows are great, they blend beautifully, but all of the colors are just so similar to each other, and it's really kind of a bummer. So I did just tap in to that darker shade just a tiny bit, and I'm just gonna put that like in my very outer corner there. Fine, that'll do. I know, I'm so weird, like, I've got so many palettes, and most people would probably just be like, well, just, you know, pull another palette in and use them together, and for some weird reason, I refuse to do that. I don't know why. I'm so weird about it, but okay, my camera shut off on me, so I'm not sure if everything that I had been talking about got filmed or not. I also got a phone call. I think it cut off while I was on the phone call, but we'll see. So I'm not sure, like, I'm wondering, I don't think that coral would really look right. I think I'm gonna go with the silver. So, clean this brush off. And this silver is probably one of my favorite Juvia's Place shimmers. It is just gorgeous. And it is so opaque and like covers anything that you put it on top of. It is beautiful. And it's almost like a cream. Like, honestly, it's almost like a cream shadow. It's bizarre. I watched a lot of reviews while I was waiting for this to get to me, and a couple of people really felt that the formula was different in this palette than their other palettes, and I would have to agree, because these shimmers are like really, this silver one especially, is really, really creamy. So they do seem different than a lot of their other shimmers that I've tried. But I think it performs amazingly. It is really difficult to pick up on a brush though, because of that creaminess to it. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with some on my finger. Now that I got it placed above my crease where I want it, I'm gonna just put the rest of it on my lid with my finger. Right, I like that. I am gonna pick up just a little bit more of that duochrome from the Berry palette. And just kind of touch things up a little bit. I want to make sure that you can see that above my crease too. And I really like the way that these are looking together. So I want to kind of make them mixed together in the middle there. Like, not just blended, but actually mixed. Well, I like the way my lid looks. And the look actually turned out pretty good too. I just wish that the outer corner was a little deeper, but I just didn't want to use a whole lot of that really deep shade. Okay, I'm going to recreate this on the other eye, do my base makeup, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I used the L'Oreal Visible Lift, shocking. Elf Cream Contour, shocking. I pulled out my L'Oreal Lumi Bronze It. If you've never tried this, it is a beautiful bronzer. It's got just a slight sheen to it, but it doesn't like accentuate texture really bad. It's gorgeous. And then I used this little Pacifica blush highlighter duo. It's in the shade Cherry Gold. I got this in an Ipsy bag, and I just absolutely love these two colors layered on top of each other. They are so beautiful. And then I used this Lorella gloss in the shade Charmed, and I thought it would just go perfect because it kind of has that like silver pink kind of duochrome look to it. I think it looks really good. Okay, so let's see, lower lash line. Let me get all this shit out of my way because I'm a mess. I guess I'm just going to use one of these tiny little BH pencil brushes. And let's see. You know what? I think I'm just going to go right into this shimmer shade, the one that I didn't use on my lid. Just to change it up a little bit. And I will put that in the outer portion of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take that other shimmer shade and bring that basically the rest of the way across, but I do want to leave a little spot to bring that silver down and around. And I mean, even with those two shades being right next to each other, you really can't tell the difference between them, like, at all. Just the one has a slightly more rude. I'm sorry, I live right on the main street in my town. And there are a lot of people in this area that like to ride motorcycles or have those like the rice burner muffler things. It's so annoying. Yeah, but this duochrome, I mean, it does have a little bit more pink to it than the other one does. But, I mean, you really wouldn't even know that I was wearing two different shadows if you didn't know. So, that's kind of unfortunate about this palette, but it would be a really, really great companion to another one. Especially if you got all of those little 6-pan palettes that Juvia's Place did, because they would all pair really nicely with each other. But when I got it, the deal was you got the Nubian 3 Coral, the one that I'm using this silver shade out of, and the berries together. So I didn't get any of the other 6 pans. I will definitely pick them up at some point. For sure. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for the shadows. I'm going to throw on some liner and mascara, and I will be right back with the finished look. Okay, so this is the finished look, and I really like how the silver kind of has that like pink undertone going on because it's over top of the pink. I think it looks really, really pretty. Like I said, I think that, you know, this is a great little palette to pair with other things. I think I'm only going to do these 2 looks for this palette just because I feel like how many other looks can I get just using this one. Maybe at some point in time when I get more of the 6-pan palettes, I will do something using 2 of them together or something. But for now, I think I'm just going to do these 2. I have a couple of ideas of what I want to do next. I would also like some feedback. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers at this point, but the few of you that I do have, if there is any content that you would like to see, any type of tutorial, any eyeshadow palette that you might want to see how I would, you know, pair the colors together or whatever, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have not yet, please hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more content like this. Hit the thumbs up so that I know that you enjoyed it and you would like to see more content like this. You can follow me on Instagram. I will have the information linked down below. I would say Twitter, but I don't really post a whole lot on Twitter, so there's no point in me saying that anymore. And yeah, I think that is it, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.